Welcome.
Knock, knock, knock. Hey, Scott.
What's going on?
Hey,
Come
yeah,
on,
not too bad.
come on in. Come on in.
Thanks. Um, yeah, I can't stop for long, but no, thanks for inviting me in. What's good with you, man?
Everything's good, man. Chill.
Yeah, yeah. You been up to anything exciting lately?
I mean, I'm having a party right now. I
Oh,
thought you'd
sorry.
ask, are you here for the party?
Oh, no, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Is now a bad time?
No, come out back. We're grilling out back. Big party.
No, it's
Got a
thank you. No,
live got a li- got a live band and everything.
oh, nice. No, I can't stop. Can't stop for too long. Is it what's if you don't mind me asking, what's the celebration?
Dude, it's 4th of July, man.
Oh, I mean, duh.
Duh. Well, maybe you're not a big fan. You sound like you might be from like England there.
Guilty as
Fucking
charged. Yeah, yeah,
freaking
yeah,
colonizer that you are.
yeah.
You imperialist pig.
Oh dear.
Down with England. I'm gonna go throw some tea in my pool now.
Oh man.
I kill me.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, so what's up? What can I do to you? I mean, do for you.
Oh man, I'm gonna seem like such an old pain in the backside. Honestly, you're gonna want me to move out. Yeah,
Maybe you dang
yeah,
red coat.
yeah.
You're even wearing red today. What's up with that?
Oh dear. Yeah, yeah.
Are you cold? You have a coat on. It's like the 4th of July.
Oh,
It's like 85 degrees out here.
it's a July. It's got like a million pockets in, so I can like just
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
okay.
No. Um, but yeah, dude. You're not gonna like this.
What is it that I'm not gonna like?
You're not gonna like
Hold on.
this. I mean, have you got some kind of like project on? I'm not talking about like today. Obviously, you got the party, but do you have? I've just noticed there's been quite a lot of noise coming from your place.
Well, let's see. We're redoing the roof on the east side
Uh,
of the east side of the south wing of the house. Uh,
yeah, yeah. So
fixer upper. So it's a fixer
yeah,
upper.
yeah.
So we got it at a steal for like, just a, we got it for a steal. We got it for a really low price. And, so we're going to live here for a few years, fix it all up and hopefully sell it and then make a big profit and take it and sink it into another one and make an even bigger profit. We're working our way up the chain.
Okay.
We
Yeah, yeah,
started with a little house,
yeah, yeah.
and then we got a bigger house, and we did it to the bigger house.
Okay,
We
yeah,
did it to
yeah.
the little house first, then we did it to the bigger house, and then we bought this mansion here.
Ah, so are you quite handy then? You can do a lot of this stuff yourself.
I do some of it myself, but mostly I just oversee and supervise and make sure that I'm not
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
screwed on price, right?
Okay. So you kind of project manage.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty much it. I do some of it myself. Like I had to
Yeah.
I had to redo, I had a leak in the pool line and I had a guy fix it and then he didn't do it right. So I had to go back and
Oh,
do it. I just did it myself because he did
man.
it wrong.
Oh, that's frustrating.
Well, they try to do it on the cheap a lot of the times. They try to, like try to
Uh,
fix things, keep the budget down because I'm always complaining about the price.
yeah, yeah. So I suppose if you
Yeah.
know like the materials they should be using, is that
Yeah, he used the wrong diameter pipe and it actually caused a leak further up the line. So I ended up just replacing
man?
like
Yeah,
he only replaced like 2 feet of the line and with a narrower diameter and I ended up just replacing 10 feet of the line myself.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But I suppose so. Like the bigger picture is you can basically move your way up the property ladder over like a series of years. Is that your kind of big picture
Yeah,
here?
yeah. Like in 5 years, I'd like to have a nice, be doing this to a nice place on the coast somewhere. Have a nice big beach house, and then
Yeah.
again, the same thing. And then eventually, I'll be like, all right, we're done, and I'll retire, and we'll just buy a place somewhere wherever we want to go and settle down.
Ah, that's the dream.
It's not like these days. It's not like you really get attached to where you live.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
there's no such. There seems to be like it's like there's no such thing as a neighborhood anymore. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. Like no sense of you don't get. Do you not feel like there's a
Yeah,
sense of community around here?
no, not really. I think
Yeah.
I've met you maybe once. I've lived here for 2 years, and this is the first time you've knocked on my door.
Oh man, sorry. Oh man,
I'm
you
guessing
probably
you.
think,
I'm guessing. I'm guessing you want something.
man. You probably think I'm just one of those people who only comes to you when they want something.
Yeah. Is that what you're here for? What do you want? What do you want? Do you want me to? You have some problem at your house? You saw all this work going on. You're like, I bet he knows how to fix this. I probably do. I'll be happy to come over and help you fix stuff.
I really appreciate that. Yeah, basically between 9 and 12, I have these Zoom calls every day. Um, and sometimes there's a little bit of noise just kind of interrupting the Zooms. So, I don't know if you have any ideas, and I know it probably seems like I'm telling you what you can do in your house, in your own space, in your kingdom. Yeah.
Are you having trouble hearing them, or are they having trouble hearing you?
Bit of both.
All right.
Yeah, a bit of both. I get what you're saying. Like, this is your house. Who am I to tell you what to do in your house, right?
I don't get the sense that you're telling me to do anything. We have this work going on, and it's yeah. I mean, it's going to be noisy for probably a few
Yeah, yeah,
weeks.
yeah.
I think 3 more. I think they're going to be done. They're going to be done with the noisiest stuff. Should all be done within by uh by the end of August. Yeah. No, end of July. Sorry, end of July. We'll be done. We'll be done with the busting up because what happened on the East Lawn is that they were digging down and
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
they found the foundation from the previous house that was here.
Oh man. Yeah,
I
yeah.
know, right? So that has to come out. Like, can you imagine? That has to come out. So you're hearing the jackhammers as they're tearing that thing out. That'll be done in about a week.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. It's
So that's the noisy part. That's
quite a
probably
big
it's
job,
making me
right?
crazy. If it
Yeah.
makes you feel any better, it's making me crazy too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can imagine.
yeah. Every day, jackhammer, 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 all day long, every day. It was a big house that was there. It was it was the Berkeley estate, if you've ever heard of that. And nobody has heard of that, but that's what it was.
Okay.
It was like a 20,000 square foot mansion back here that they
Oh
tore
wow.
down in the 70s. Yeah. It's
Oh
crazy,
wow.
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's not so. I'm just afraid of what
Thanks.
they're gonna find next. You know what I mean?
Pardon?
I'm just afraid of what they're going to find out next.
Just one thing after the other, I suppose, when you're doing jobs this big, right?
Yeah.
Can't be plain
All right,
sailing.
man. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you giving me some feedback there, and we'll try to all I can do is keep telling them, I can go out there and probably grab a jackhammer myself and help them out. Maybe we'll get done a couple days sooner. Although they tell me when I help out, it slows them down. So maybe, you know, is that it? You want to come back and have a beer? Are you good?
Oh no, no, honestly, I can't stop. But I really appreciate the invitation, man. Yeah, yeah.
Anytime,
So
anytime, brother.
yeah, catch you around.
All right. See ya.
Man, I should have pressed that at the end somehow, but I just, yeah, I felt like,
You didn't even ask me about my wife.
All right,
yeah, yeah,
let's talk
yeah.
about while your counterpart's still fresh, Scott. It didn't look like you gave him much. Was there a moment in time or something specific that made you backpedal? It sounded like you started out really chummy and then you started backpedaling somewhere in there. Walk us through.
I mean, he didn't ask for anything. He didn't say, hey, would you mind, like, would it be possible that they could do some, like, would it be impossible that they could do something else between 9 and noon or 10 and noon? And I would have been like, I mean, the guys working the jackhammers I could probably have them work on something else during that time. They're my crew. I made it pretty clear that they're my crew and that I tell them what to do, and I'm the manager. So he probably could have asked me if he had just asked.
All right. And Ryan, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give yourself overall on using tools?
I would do like a 7.5 for tools.
And
But
overall,
yeah, overall performance, I would say like a 5 because yeah, the ask wasn't clear or strong enough.
and so if you had the
So
magic
lower.
wand, that's what it would be. You would use it for.
Yeah, yeah, definitely have made like a more assertive ask in there. I dropped that, between the hours of 9 and 12, there's a problem. And that was kind of all I really said. So yeah, I'd have done more asserting.
All right. Let's now get to the feedback. Attila, you are first.
Yes, Ryan, it was a difficult conversation in the beginning for sure. You were kind of struggling to build rapport, but your tone was excellent. You were patient. You used the tools well, and basically you made Scott talking more than you. That's a big point. And at the end, he was offering his help to you. So it would have been nice to see at the end to give him a big thank and offer him or actually tell him how nice he is with helping you out. So that would be the only change what I could make. And the question to Daniel and to everybody, since Scott is kind of like an assertive type, and Ryan was using the tools as we always learn to build a rapport first, and then you make your, you try to make the change in the counterpart behaviors. So wouldn't it be a bad idea to make the ask first and then build a rapport? Would that be a crazy thing to do with assertive types, Daniel?
Uh, well, I mean, you could, but without having that report,
Yeah.
I would not. It's not recommended. You could build rapport really quick. Read Cialdini's persuasion book. just by being dressed a certain way, the handshake, you made eye contact, those things are already building rapport.
Mhm.
But yeah, some people like it,
Yeah.
be more upfront. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. One more thing, Ryan. We missed emotional labels. Am I wrong? Was
Oh,
there even a
right.
time to it?
Oh, you got, yeah,
Mm,
good catch.
yeah, no, not a lot in there.
Do we got the
Like
Wheel
I
of
said,
Emotions up there? It's probably, yeah, we forget about that Wheel of Emotion.
Yeah.
Remember FUD? Can't go wrong with FUD. Frustrated, upset, and disappointed or something. Yeah, right. Thank you, Freddie. You got some feedback?
Yes, and I think it was nice that we were discussing iMessage in the morning. I think you could have used that one. But the things that you did very well was you get a lot of information, and I think that there's 2 points which you could have used it as a leverage. One is his sense of humor. I think
Oh,
maybe your tone was a little too dry almost in the end, especially in the asking. Maybe you could have used some humor to be direct. And I would say the point of the staircase is at one point you are so friendly with this guy, and it doesn't matter what you say or how upfront you are, they're gonna take it well. So at one point you have to hit them, right? With love, but hit them. And you can use even iMessage like we were discussing at the beginning. I felt stressed because I need a quiet environment to work, relax, sleep. I would appreciate if you could reduce the noise, right, from 1 to 4. I think you have enough report that he will take it well, I guess, or we'll have to ask Scott. And I think you use a lot of tools. You use silence pretty well, and Scott is one of his weakness, maybe. Overall, pretty good.
good feedback.
I think that if you'd come back and had a beer with me, because everything seemed very, you seemed like you wanted to be buddies, but you wouldn't come back and join the party for even 10 minutes. And that was kind of a turn off.
That's great observation. Also, Ryan, when you ask, almost kind of ask, I don't know if people felt the same way, but you felt unsure. You even lower yourself, saying something like, what do you say? Mm, you say something, I don't know who I am to tell you what to do in your house. Kind of lower yourself. You were kind of unsure. So kind of weaken your request.
I don't know. I kind of like that. Came off humble.
kind of tried to use it as like an AA, like you probably think, who am I to tell you what to do in your house, like this.
Yeah, it would have been a good chance for him to go like, no, you're my neighbor, mi casa es tu casa. Yeah, I like that line. That was good. And then what do we got left for feedback? We got some more folks. I know we haven't heard Andy. See next. No, we got Andy left.
If I can give my comment, it seems like a long session to build up rapport and to build up a relationship. And I had the feeling that the real requests will be coming in a second round because this guy is gonna keep on doing his stuff and his noise. I had this feeling. But the way it's also not realistic that this guy is giving you so much time, having a party in house, giving you so much time and giving you so much details about his life, opening up so much. This is also, but this is a simulation, of course. No neighbor will do that at the first session. You have to go there 1, 2, 3 times
Yeah, many negotiations are.
to build up this.
It's a good point.
Yeah, yes. So I would say that is building up a strong connection in order to go back a second time and go straight with the question. Like,
Is that true, Ryan? Were you building it up and then, little by little add another block?
Yeah, I think there is something to be said for sometimes not going for too much of an ask on your first.
Interaction.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyways,
it's because yeah.
yeah.
I don't know if it is realistic that this can happen in one session, that at the same time you can have this kind of building rapport
I'm going to tell
and
you in
a
real
strong
life,
request.
in real life, it has happened. I mean, I'll be really quick. True story. It took me 3 weeks to muster the courage to talk to my smelly neighbor about his fish cooking. And yeah, I did it within
For
5 minutes.
example.
Yeah, it's very doable. You just got to have confidence. You got to have some confidence in the tools. Ryan didn't feel it was right time to ask, so he's gonna approach it probably on the next phase, next second time around.
Yeah.
Yeah, many ways. There's
Yeah,
many ways you can
because
handle it. That's the beauty of it. You got anything
I
else?
think the key is to have rapport. If you have rapport, it's gonna be easier. If you don't, of course, you have to wait.
Yeah.
the fact is that making a straight question can disrupt all what is happening before, or what has happened before. And you start a war anyway, if you go and say, okay, but at the end of the day, I need this from you. And he said, no. Then you disrupt all you have been working on for, 30 minutes or more. So I would say that it's gonna take time. So time is also a matter here.
Yeah, well, we try to get stuff done a lot faster.
Mm.
Yeah. What else? We got some feedback from the one we don't name. There was report building before the ask, which really seemed to open Scott up. And also, especially when assertive, I found saying your kingdom was brilliant. Yeah, I liked it too. Perhaps a summary could help you navigate towards your straightforward ask. Solid feedback. And Kali, do you have any feedback from that? Anything from you?
I think in general, a couple of observations from my side. I haven't mastered all the tools here to give feedback in the language, but in general, my observation was that there was a good rapport building at the beginning. And at some point, Ryan got to his concern. I would have wanted to see what was the ask. Like maybe after he said the problem, when he said, I think he said, during these hours, I have these Zoom meetings, I'm having a little bit of a trouble. And then when Scott went back and forth, I was thinking maybe they could have like come up with some options and said, here are some options we could work with and come to some sort of conclusion. Maybe in the real world that's a little bit hard, I guess, but I would have wanted to. It wasn't clear to me, like, what was the ask from here? Like, are you asking me to turn it down? Like, I think Scott said, and I didn't have a good solution also while I was listening to it. But just brainstorming might have helped. But overall, I felt like he navigated it very well. Now, at least it's established in the neighbor's mind that there was a concern, and maybe next time they can go back and be a little bit more assertive on it.
Yeah, but that's a good start. You want them to present the solution. Scott wasn't. And yeah, that's when gears should have kicked. So it's a good thing to practice it here and be able to notice it here. All right, now we're going to go into breakout rooms.
Real quick, one final thing, if you don't mind me throwing down one more thing. There was a point where I asked him, like, are you having trouble hearing or can you not hear them? That was when I was opening up for solutioning. and he just kind of somehow it just petered out, and that thread of the conversation didn't get picked up on.
Not only that, Scott, I think at one point you say, I like to solve problems. And I think that was the opening for Ryan.
Yeah, I gave him a few openings. I think they just because he didn't want to come back and have a beer with me and come to the party.
Yeah, you
I
got
should have told him all the neighbors were there.
remember.
What
Yes,
would you have liked Scott to hear, like in terms of rapport building? Because I struggle sometimes with rapport building too, so I'm curious to hear. What would you have liked to hear from Ryan? Like, oh, I would like to grab a drink now,
Yeah,
or maybe later, or
yeah.
like,
Come on back. Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, I'll come on back. Because I just got done saying like so that was one of the black swans. It's like how lonely this character is. And
ah,
now, yeah, he has this party, but he doesn't feel like any of them are. He doesn't feel like any of them are his friends. They're just too much of hanger-oners. Here's this neighbor who's got a mansion down the street or next door, and
what if, like, just hypothetical throwing out, this has happened to me. Uh, if Ryan doesn't drink,
there's other stuff to drink. You can just come back and hang out, have a burger, have a hot dog, whatever.
okay,
There's Coke.
he didn't say
just spending
alcohol. He said
time. I
drink.
see.
The
Yeah.
apple juice.
Drink.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah, you're the alcoholic.
Because I assumed alcohol, but that
Yeah,
makes
that's
sense.
you. What's that called? The Rockshire block paint. You know where they? What does it look like to you? My
The
feedback.
Rorschach,
Yeah,
the Rorschach test.
yeah. Good use of
Think
tools,
black.
Ryan. I will say it was hard to. You didn't use many, but I get it because you used listening. That's a big, big tool, and you're the master of that. And you sprinkled on a couple of things. You didn't get to the big boy tools like the summary. You didn't hit vision label. Not many mislabels would have been great for eliciting information. You did get him talking. He did most of the talking, so obviously you won this negotiation. And yeah, you realize he's got a lot to talk about, and you're gonna probably go back again and slowly build it, and that's respectable. All right, let's see.